So what's going on guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you are having an amazing day, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the official Android 9.0 Pie One UI update for the Galaxy J6 2018. Yep, that was a tongue twister, but here you go. The One UI update has been now finally rolled out for the Galaxy J6. So Samsung is almost completing all the devices. Like there are only remaining like 4 phones I guess that are remaining to get One UI update, like the normal Galaxy 8, the Galaxy J4 Plus, the J6 Plus, the normal J4, and that's it I guess. Yeah, pretty much everyone got One UI. But using this phone for some while was a treat. This phone is so compact and the bezels are so damn thin. Like this was a pretty crap phone to be honest for the price that it was launched with. Like the old ass Exynos 7 processor which doesn't even handle the own Easter egg of Android Pie. Then again there are just bunch of stuffs like the OS is 32-bit and they just don't compare to the Xiaomi's Redmi series or not even the Realme series. So thank god Samsung stepped up there again, but this phone is so compact. Like I can just hold this so easily. Like I'm so much used to big phones, like this is my S10 Plus, this is what I use daily, and this is a massive phone to be honest, 6.4 inch I guess. Like this fits so good in my hand. But let's just keep that aside and let's just take a look at the update. So this is One UI. As you saw on the Galaxy S10 Plus, you get the exact same UI over here, and there are a bunch of changes, but this is the Indian update that I have over here, and there are some features removed purposely, or I just don't know whether Samsung would add it later on or in another some countries, so I might miss over here and there. This is not my phone, I've just borrowed it for the review, and let's just dive in. So this is your home screen. As you can see, looks completely like the Galaxy S10 Plus. Yes, cause you can do it like that, cause the launchers are pretty much the same, but you do get your normal home screen that you already get in Oreo. On the left you have Bixby Home, completely updated as you can see. Looks pretty good with that black background on the AMOLED panel. Again, it is pretty smooth in scrolling. Like since Oreo, this phone has become much like smoother. I've been using this phone like since last night, and scrolling is not the best on this. Like the touchscreen could have been better. Samsung never fails in this part, but touchscreen is not the best. Still better than the Poco or Redmi Note 7 Pro to be honest, but the scrolling is a bit laggy. But the UI isn't. UI is butter smooth as you can see. Doesn't lag at all. It says hi over there, then it will take you to look over there. Yep, take a look. Then again going back, you have your Wedger widget over here, completely updated now. The UI looks very clean and beautiful. Then again going back, you have pretty much all of your apps over here. Not a lot of bloatware. So going through the apps again, very plain UI than before. All the material theme has been updated over here. Even if you go to the phone, as you can see, if you go to the contacts, pretty much the same stuff. Just the UI has been a bit updated. Even if you go to the contacts, you can just swipe from the left and the fonts are much more bigger and easier on their eyes. Again, all of the apps open at the half of their screen. So again, this phone is very compact and easier to use, but for larger phones like the S10 Plus, of course the apps open at the half of their space. As you can see, I can easily reach the left over here, this corner, this corner, this corner. Like even with one hand, no issue at all. That's called One UI, just one-handed usage. So if you scroll up, it will actually resize itself, but if you scroll down, there you go, it comes back. And on this version, it really comes down like that. On my S10 Plus, it never happens. So for example, if I just go to the settings app over here too, if I just scroll up on both of them and just scroll back down, as you can see the settings just comes down, whereas over here the connection still stays up, which is standard in One UI. This is One UI 1.1 on the S10 Plus, and this is One UI 1.0. So I seriously don't know what Samsung goes with the version name, but if you just scroll down, look how the settings just come smooth down. Okay, that didn't happen over there, but seriously, this is a bit updated version of the One UI over here. But then again going back, pretty much all of the apps just stay the same. You don't get any kind of functionality improvement, just bunch of UI changes. Like even in the file manager, the UI is much more cleaner than before. Nothing much with normal bloatware like FM radio, the Samsung Max, which still exist. But if you go to the camera, the camera gets an all new upgrade of UI, just like the Pixel 3. So as you can see, you can quickly switch between modes, and this phone is pretty fast, well optimized to the camera, because really it switches modes pretty quick. Like I have never seen any kind of Samsung budget phone switch the modes this quick. Like this is like S10 territory. Why I'm just comparing this thing, I don't know, but if you just quickly switch, as you can see, even my S10 lagged over there. They just keep both on auto and they just quickly switch to the video. As you can see, the J6 is faster. Like I've never seen the camera switching this quick, not even on my S10, which is again pretty good optimization there by Samsung. But then again, you lose on your zoom button over here. You can't zoom in or zoom out with your shutter button anymore. Then again, you have your full screen and there is no HDR button over here. For HDR, you have to actually switch to it, which is just, I seriously don't know why you have to do it, but of course you can just keep it right over there beside the photo. But why is the HDR a different mode? This phone is so powerful, it can easily do live HDR. I don't know what Samsung is doing, but There you go. You don't get any kind of functionality improvement, like not even the camera logo and stuff, because yeah, it's a single shooter, nothing much. But then again, going through the gallery or clock, there you go, all new clock over here. If you just set an alarm, it will tell you the time, how much it's remaining to ring, which is pretty great to be honest again. But if you go to gallery, in gallery now you get recycle bin. Now if you activate it, all the pictures that you delete now get stored for almost 15 days over here, which is pretty great. I wanted this feature for the longest time. And then the UI. The UI is now completely different over here. It's not even as close to Android Pie. Yep, it is in the recent apps panel. As you can see, now you have to scroll like this when compared to the 3D stack earlier, but this is much more handled. Like, you will get used to it. I know it's not like a 3D fancy thingy, but much more useful like this. Then again, if you want to open the app in multi-window now, you can't like just hold on to the recent apps panel button. That just doesn't work anymore. You have to actually tap the app for app info, multi-window, or just pop up it. But pop up option doesn't seem to be on the J6 as this is a smaller phone, but you can just quickly exit it right there. Then again, you have suggested apps at the bottom, which of course you can turn off right over here because they just are buggy. And then pretty much normal stuff like your finders and search. If you bring down your volume panel, yep, you get all new volume panel. As you can see, it's completely lag free, like even in all Samsung experience versions, especially the Android 8.0, which would be the experience version 9.0. One of the first ones that Galaxy J6 had were extremely laggy, but over here Samsung has finally fixed it. And then coming down to the quick settings panel, it's much more bigger than before. If you scroll again, you have your search button over there and it just opens in full screen. Now this might annoy for first few minutes, but trust me, it's much more better and easier to read. Then again, coming down to all the just quick settings panel, nothing much. Yeah, you only get two more toggles over here, which would be the kids mode and the night mode. Dolby just doesn't do anything, at least for the main speakers. Then again, you have auto data saving, of course, it's still there. And you also get navigation bar, which is very handy. If you want to just immerse in any kind of app, you can just quickly hide your navigation bar and just turn on gestures, which are pretty bad to be honest, but still get it. And then let's just go down to the settings app. Yep, there are all the changes, and as you can see, the phone is extremely responsive. It doesn't lag to be honest, but phone is pretty slow in terms of raw performance. Again, day-to-day usage is just great. Then again, going to the notifications, now you have status bar options right over here rather than being inside the display, which is again great alignment. Then again, going through the display, you still get outdoor mode, not remote like the Galaxy J8. Then you have night mode. Now night mode is complete dark mode for your, wow, this didn't, okay, there you go. Is a complete dark mode for your phone. Now, as this takes advantage of your AMOLED panel, this actually preserves up to about like 1 hour of battery life, at least for my Galaxy S10 Plus. And as you can see, the UI is completely black. There is not a tint or anything or gray stuff like the Galaxy S8 or the 8 Plus. Like this is complete black. But let me just quickly switch back and going to the skin mode. As you can see, it's much more updated and easier to use. If you scroll down, yep, nothing, no accidental touches and stuff. You just get your nav bar. In nav bar, your color option is completely gone. Yep, that's extremely old and childish stuff, but you get full screen gestures, which are essentially you have to just swipe up from your buttons. Now you can also hide the gestures for it and just use them like recent apps panel, then home in middle. It's just pretty plain simple, but not the best. Best one would be the Oxygen OS and MIUI. Then again, scrolling down, wallpapers and themes, nothing at all. Lock screen, you just get a new one lock screen clock, as you can see from the One UI. Nothing much, pretty much everything is just the same, like the color and stuff. You adapt a color according to the wallpaper, just use this wallpaper API, nothing new in that. Then you have face widgets, notifications, get again icons only option, which is much more cleaner to use, to be honest. It doesn't expose your notifications directly or just doesn't hide them completely. You do get a normal app info over there, which is again pretty great. Go down, biometrics and security, like literally nothing. You get March 2019 security patch, which is pretty great. Earlier even on Oreo it was running January, so Samsung is just keeping these phones updated, which is great. Then again, biometrics, I've personally not tested it as I don't have this phone. Then again, going to the advanced features, so the only feature that has been removed over here is, I guess it was renamed as chat over video. So if you're watching any kind of video like into the stock video player or even in YouTube, it would actually float the window of an app, for example WhatsApp or your normal messenger inside the Samsung, which no one actually uses because it just takes away the immersiveness. But even if you go to the motions and gestures, there is no lift to way, which are on almost all the A series phones and the S series. So yeah, pretty sad over there, but yep, you get these things, nothing new in that. But you do get reduce animations, which basically just removes all the animations. Like look at this, this is just so much quicker to use. Then again, scrolling down, device care, pretty much all the stuff is just the same. You get ultra data saving, battery, storage, nothing new in that. But if you go to battery, you get adaptive battery options from the Android Pie, and it does really help in preserving the battery. You get sleeping apps, you get auto disable unused apps, which was previously there, but these things are new. General management and input, nothing much. You just get your normal keyboard. Like there is nothing added at all besides these modes and text editing, which is basically a massive cursor or just your normal floating window like this, floating keyboard, normal stuff. Then you get this text editor, which is just like a cursor. Pretty great addition, but hardly anyone uses it. But if you go to the about phone section, One UI version 1.0, Android version 9, like just tap on the Easter egg and there you go. And the Easter egg lags, like if you're watching in 1080p 60 fps you can't actually make it to the camera, but this is laggy as fuck. Like Samsung Exynos 7 processors can't handle Android Pie. Like I was thinking it was an issue on the S7 Edge cause of Samsung not providing device trees, but Samsung's own official updates are lagging on this chip, which is just weird. Then again, Color version 3.18, so not the best when it comes to performance in gaming. And then if you're asking whether Samsung did give a camera API 2 or the HAL 3 enabled, cause many of you guys actually asked me in the J8 review, yes, Samsung did give camera API 2 update. Like Samsung almost gave camera API 2 to all the devices on the Android Pie update. Like I can literally start the testing over here. There you go, manual camera is completely supported, but you can't use Gcam on this phone. Like if you have forgot that, this phone is 64-bit chip and 32-bit OS, and Gcams can be only worked on 64-bit OSs cause they are ported from 64-bit pixel ROM. So even though camera API 2 is here, you can't use Gcam. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the official update of the Galaxy J6. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, a huge thanks to Samsung Smart Cafe in Alibag for providing me this phone for this review. And if you want any help with Samsung accessories or phone, just hit them up, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.